Welcome to Real Life English. Speak and grow. Have you ever sat down at your desk and your brain just feels a little tired?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Right. And you think to yourself, I'm just going to take a really quick 5-minute break. I'll just check my phone. So you open an app.
Just for 1 minute, right?
Exactly. You watch one short, funny video, and then, well, the next one starts playing automatically. You think, okay, maybe just one more.
It's never just one more.
No, it's not. Suddenly, you look up at the clock. An hour and 15 minutes have completely disappeared. You don't feel rested. You don't feel happy. You just feel guilty. And strangely, you are actually more tired than before.
It is such a normal feeling. We all do this. You look at the time and think, what did I even do today?
Yeah, it feels like your life is just moving so fast, but you are standing completely still.
That is a perfect way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling of standing still while the clock just races forward, that is exactly what we are talking about in today's deep dive.
Yes, we are going to explore some really helpful ideas today. And if you want to keep growing and learning with us, make sure to subscribe and join our community. It really helps.
It does. And today, our mission for this deep dive is to share some simple, real-life ideas to help you stop wasting time by accident and start using your time on purpose.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because feeling like life is flying by while we just look at our phones, well, it's a huge problem for almost everyone right now.
It really is. The modern world is actually built to distract you. It's not your fault. It's how the technology is designed.
Exactly. But before we can fix how we use our time, we need to understand what wasting time actually feels like. I really love this one idea we were talking about recently. It compares your time every day to a simple bottle of water.
Oh, yes. The water bottle idea. It's so clear.
Right. You wake up every morning and you have one bottle of fresh water. That is your time for the day. You cannot get more water.
It's a hard limit. You only have 24 hours.
Exactly. Now imagine you take that bottle and you just pour half of the water right onto the dirt floor.
That would be crazy.
Right. The water's just gone. You can't drink it later. You can't wash your hands with it. You just lost it forever.
And, pouring that water on the floor, that is exactly like spending 45 minutes looking at a social media feed that doesn't make you happy or teach you anything.
It gives you nothing in return.
Nothing. But the most interesting part is how it makes us feel afterward. When we take a 10-minute break that turns into an hour, we don't just lose time, we actually get more tired.
Why is that? Why does resting on our phones make us so tired?
Well, think about what happens when you watch those short videos. Every 15 seconds, your brain sees a new face, a new place, a new emotion.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of new information.
It's a huge amount. Your brain is working so hard to understand all those fast changes. It feels like relaxing, but it's actually really hard work for your mind. So of course you feel empty and tired.
That makes so much sense. There is another idea that describes this feeling really well. It's like trying to hold dry sand in your hands.
The dry sand, yes.
You try to hold on to your afternoon, but your fingers are just a little bit open, and the sand just keeps falling through.
You try to close your hands tighter, but it keeps falling.
Right. Until your hands are totally empty, you just watch it disappear. You have no control.
That is exactly it. The sand falling away happens because we don't have a clear direction. When we don't know exactly what we want to do, our environment, usually our phone, will decide for us.
Which brings us to the big question. If looking at our phones is like letting sand fall, how do we close our fingers? How do we keep our time?
Well, the problem isn't that we are weak. The problem is that we don't have a clear destination. We are just walking around hoping to do something good.
We need a map. Or like a GPS in a car.
Exactly. The GPS is a great example. Imagine getting into your car. You turn on the engine, you start driving fast. But you didn't type an address into the GPS map.
You would just take random turns. Left, right, left.
You might feel like you are driving somewhere. But you are just wasting gas and driving in big circles. You go nowhere.
And I think this is how we usually try to improve ourselves. I know I do this. I wake up and I say, today I am going to learn lots of English, or today I will be super productive.
But those are not clear destinations.
Right. They are just nice wishes. The GPS cannot understand I will be productive. It needs a real address.
Yes, the brain doesn't like vague goals. They're too hard to start. So the best thing to do is make what we call a tiny plan.
A tiny plan. I like the sound of that.
Instead of a big wish, you give your brain a very specific tiny address. So instead of I will study English, the tiny plan is today I will learn exactly 3 new words.
Okay, wait, I have to ask about this. Learn 3 new words sounds very nice, but it also sounds, well, a little too small.
You think it's not enough?
Yeah. If you want to speak English smoothly or learn a big new skill at work, does doing something that small actually help? Or is it just a trick to make us feel happy?
Oh, it really helps. And not just because 3 words a day becomes 1,000 words in a year. The real power of the tiny plan is that it makes you intentional.
Intentional, meaning doing things on purpose.
Exactly. When you have a tiny plan, it is very easy to start. Your brain doesn't feel scared. But more importantly, you practice doing things on purpose. You become a person who follows a plan instead of a person who just drives in circles.
I see. You build a good habit, you don't have to wait to feel super motivated.
Right.
But here's the problem most of us have. Even if my plan is just to learn 3 words, my first thought is usually, I am just too busy today.
I don't have time.
Yes, everyone says that. We think that we need a perfect, quiet hour to study. And if we don't have a full hour, we just don't do it.
We wait for the perfect moment. But life is busy, so that perfect moment never comes.
It really doesn't.
But we are actually missing all the hidden time we have every single day.
Oh, you mean pocket time? This is my favorite idea we've discussed lately. It's about thinking of time like money, like coins.
Time is coins. Yes, let's explain that.
Think about a full hour of quiet time as a big, shiny gold coin. We all want the big gold coin.
Of course we do.
But during your day, you have lots of small coins in your pocket. You have 5 minutes waiting for the bus.
You have 7 minutes sitting in a taxi.
You have 4 minutes waiting for your coffee to be ready. These are your small coins. And it's so sad how we usually treat them.
What do you mean?
Well, think about real money. If you found a small coin in your pocket, you wouldn't take it out and throw it into the trash, right?
No, never. I would keep it.
Exactly. But we do that with our time. We have 5 free minutes. We think, oh, 5 minutes is too small to be useful. So we look at our phones, we scroll, and we throw that 5-minute coin right into the trash.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah.
We say we have no time, but we throw away 20 or 30 minutes every day in these tiny 5-minute pieces.
We do. So we need to change how we think. We need to stop throwing them away and start investing them.
If you save enough small coins, you actually get a lot of money.
So how do we invest a 4-minute wait for the bus?
It's simple. You use your tiny plan. Your GPS address is already set. Learn 3 new words. You don't need a desk and a quiet room for that. You just need those 4 minutes while you wait for your coffee. You listen to a very short audio lesson while you wash the dishes.
I love that. You take that small piece of time, the sand that usually falls through your fingers, and you use it to buy a little bit of knowledge for yourself.
Yes, you put a tiny plan together with a small coin of time.
But let's be honest for a second. It's hard to do this in real life. If you want to study while waiting in a line at the store, there are things that will try to stop you.
Oh, yes. There are problems inside our minds and problems from the outside world.
Let's talk about the inside first. If you make learning feel like a punishment, you will stop doing it.
That's very true. You have to keep it fun.
There's a great example about a child playing. Imagine a little kid sitting on the floor. They are building a tower out of little wooden blocks.
They are having a good time.
Yes, they are happy. They are learning how things balance. But then an adult walks into the room and shouts, "No! You have to do it perfectly! Stop making mistakes!"
Oh, poor kid. What happens to the child?
The child just stops, they get scared, the fun is completely gone, and they don't want to play with the blocks anymore.
The feeling of play is very easy to break.
And the sad thing is, we talk to ourselves like that angry adult.
Ugh.
We try to use our 5 minutes to practice English, but when we say a word wrong, the voice inside our head shouts, "You are terrible at this. You are doing it wrong."
We make it too stressful.
Yes. And then we just quit. We have to be nice to ourselves. We have to keep it playful and not worry about being perfect.
That is so important. But the outside problems are maybe even harder to fight. Because the outside problems are very smart.
You mean the time thieves?
Yes, the time thieves. If you want to keep your small coins, you have to watch out for the thieves trying to take them.
So what is a time thief?
A time thief, anything on your phone or computer that takes your attention but gives you nothing good back. It's the little ding sound when you get a message.
Or when a video app just plays the next video without asking.
Exactly. They are built to steal your pocket time.
And there is a really simple way to stop them. Imagine you are sitting in your house. You look out the window and you see a real thief walking up to your front door.
That's scary.
Right. You wouldn't just sit there and hope the thief goes away. You would stand up, walk to the door, and lock it. You make a physical wall to keep them out.
You make your house safe.
But with our phones, we just leave the front door wide open. We have to lock the door.
Locking the door means putting your phone in another room when you want to read.
Or turning off the sounds for your apps.
Yes. Or just deleting the app that takes up all your time. You cannot just use your own strength to stop looking at your phone. The phone is too smart. You have to build a wall. You have to lock the door.
Okay, I really like that. Lock the door. But I have a question about all of this.
Go ahead.
If we are making tiny plans and we are saving every single 5-minute coin we find, and we're constantly locking the doors against time thieves, does that mean we have to work all the time?
That sounds tiring.
It sounds super exhausting. Am I ever allowed to just sit on the sofa and do nothing because I feel like I need that?
That is a very, very good question. If you try to work and learn every single minute of the day, you will completely break down. You will get too tired.
So what do we do?
We have to change how we think about resting. We have to understand what a waste of time really is.
Okay, how do we do that?
Think about your phone battery. Your brain and your energy work exactly like the battery in your smartphone.
Okay, so I wake up and my brain is at 100%.
Yes. And every time you do your tiny plan or you lock the door against a thief or you do your work, your battery percentage goes down.
It drops to 80%, then 50%.
Right. Now, what happens to your phone if you use it all day and you ignore the low battery warnings and you never plug it into the wall?
The phone just dies. The screen goes black and you can't use it at all.
Exactly. Our brains are the same. We need real, good quality rest to charge our batteries. But here's the big mistake we all make. We think bad rest is charging.
What is bad rest?
When you are super tired and you lie on the sofa and scroll on your phone for 2 hours, looking at angry news, you think you are resting.
Oh, but you aren't.
No, you are actually leaving your phone screen on very bright, running an app in the background, and draining your last 5% of battery.
Wow, that makes so much sense. That is exactly why we feel so terrible after pouring our water on the floor. It wasn't rest at all, it just made us more tired.
Yes, so what is real charging? Real rest is a choice you make.
Like sleeping well at night.
Yes. Or taking a quiet walk without your phone. Or just sitting by the window with a cup of tea, letting your mind wander.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing is not wasting time. It is the very important job of charging your battery.
So choosing to rest is actually a great way to help your future self. Because if you don't charge the battery today, you can't do your tiny plans tomorrow.
Exactly right. You have to protect your work time, and you have to protect your rest time just as much. Balance is the whole point.
That changes everything. Sitting quietly isn't throwing away a coin, it's charging the battery. Well, we have talked about so many great things today. Let's do a quick review just to make sure we remember it all.
Good idea.
We started by saying that our time is like one bottle of water. We can't get more. If we pour it out by looking at our phones, we just feel tired, like dry sand falling through our fingers.
And our battery goes empty.
Right. To stop this, we need a map. We have to make clear, tiny plans so our brain knows exactly where to go.
And when we have our tiny plan, we use our small coins. We use our pocket time.
We invest those 5 quiet minutes instead of throwing them in the trash.
But we also have to protect our time. We must be kind to ourselves when we learn, like a child playing. And we must lock the door against the digital time thieves.
And finally, the biggest lesson. None of this works if your battery is dead. Real rest, quiet time is not a waste of time. It is how you charge your battery.
Yes. And before we finish, we want to ask you, the listener, to try something today.
Yes, a little challenge for you.
Look at your normal day. What is your biggest time thief? What is sneaking through your front door?
Is it the news app? Is it funny videos?
Find your thief and make one tiny change today to lock the door. Turn off the notifications or delete the app. Get your pocket time back.
Identify the thief and lock the door. That is a great tiny plan for today. But before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with one final thought, something to really think about.
Let's hear it.
We spent this whole deep dive talking about how to use your minutes better. But if real rest is charging your battery so you can live a good life, what if the best, most productive thing you can do with your time today is to turn off your phone, sit completely still, and just do absolutely nothing at all?
I love that.
Think about it. Thank you for listening to Real Life English. Speak and grow. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.